Hey, what's up, gamers? It's me, Carolyn Page. We're here at Ask Gamers. I'm here with Degon and Emma. What's up, Degon and Emma?
Hello.
We're Degon and Emma.
That's right. I'm Degon.
That is not correct.
Anyways, I'm Carolyn Page. I love RPGs and giving advice about romantic relationships and sex stuff and all kinds of different stuff.
I'm Emma Fife. I love deep story games. I love any sort of social simulation, and I love to give advice and explore the idea of relationships outside of romance.
I'm Degon. I love me some esports, obviously now, but it didn't always start in esports. I grew up on the RPGs and the MMORPGs, and I'm a hopeless romantic. So for these love questions that you have, I will do my best to capitalize on all of the rom-coms that I've seen and give you the best advice that you can get.
Yep, that's right. We're three professional video game professionals, and we're going to use our gaming knowledge and our wisdom as human beings to help answer your pressing questions. So let's get into it.
First up, we have a question from Anonymous. We now have named Loverboy1234. I've been gaming with a friend for a few weeks now. Just the two of us, and it's been super fun. I'm interested in exploring something more than just friends, but I'm not sure how to initiate that. Any advice? Friends?
Loverboy1234, I would say take it slow. There is no rush, and a friendship can last a whole lifetime, but once you cross that line, you can't go back. There's no going back. You can act on it if you feel it's right, but don't rush things. That's my advice.
Okay. I'm going to push back on that a little bit. Loverboy1234, you need to decide for yourself if you are okay with simply continuing to be friends with this person. And I know that the risk of ruining a friendship over trying to initiate a potential romantic relationship is a really scary thought, but at the end of the day, it's, I think, going to do you more harm in the long run if you continue to just hang on to this hope that maybe if you don't say anything, then it'll just kind of happen.
Yeah, I'm reading your statement again, and it's, I'm interested in exploring something more than just friends. Ask yourself why. If that feeling is so strong that you don't want to have any what ifs, I think that is more than enough ammo to make the move. But if that's all you're thinking about is making the move and not, hey, what was the cost of that move? If it is something like, hey, I enjoy being able to confide in someone while playing video games, that doesn't have to be part of a relationship or something more. That could just be, hey, this is the unique thing that I have with this friend, and this is where I go to get that fulfillment.
And you can always be fuck buddies.
I mean,
You could also be fuck buddies.
there is that.
I think we've helped this person as much as we can, and it's time to move on.
Is it?
Our next question comes from Mark. I have a core group of friends that I play games with pretty much every night, and it's usually great. But sometimes one of my friends gets super sweaty and starts flaming pretty badly. I don't know how to handle it / how to ask him to calm down without making things worse or ruining the vibe. Can you help?
I got this one because that used to be me. And the sweatiness really came out a lot across any competitive game. It's really tough to see past rage. All you feel is red, you know? So like, what you can do is you can remove yourself from the situation. That in itself makes like a big impact. Because people will remember like, hey, why did they leave? Afterwards, having clear examples of, hey, this is what you did, and this is how I feel, and these are the ramifications of that, and it's not worth it, right? You're an adult, and we kind of don't want to play with you when you act like that. So what I would like for you to do is not act like that.
A nice way to start the conversation is to ask them for permission to criticize them a little bit, because that's what it is. It's constructive criticism. It's uncomfortable, but if they're really your friend, they'll understand. I always say that friends are the bumpers on the bowling alley of life. Like, they're there to help you from going into the gutter. My best friends are the ones who are brutally honest with me. I don't always want to hear it, but it's always made me a better person.
And be aware that if you are brutally honest with someone, they may react defensively in the moment, but you have to start the journey to self-awareness. Like, I speak as somebody that can get really salty and knows when I need to just take a step back and remove myself. And I'll get frustrated even playing a game by myself. And I will go, you know what? I can't right now. I gotta walk away from this. I gotta take a lap.
Of course, video games aren't always fun. We know that. Do I cry when I play games sometimes? Yes.
Oh
I
my
get emotionally
God.
invested in the story. But that's enjoyable in its own way. So just always coming back to that and remembering why you play can definitely help.
What do you think, Light?
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
Our final question today comes from the Jammy JK. Let's see what jam they're in. If you find yourself playing a game but never getting better at it, what are good methods to improve?
Ooh.
I think it depends on the type of game that you are playing. I am really into Supergiant's Hades, and I had some people in my Twitch community that were into the speedrunning scene in that game. And I decided that that was something that I was interested in. And so the way that I got better at it was literally by watching other people's runs and like getting an idea of how their strategy worked.
For me, it's YouTube, but to know what kind of questions that you need to ask, it's the self-awareness. Hey, where am I having issues? Where am I having trouble? Is it like an endurance thing? Is it a memory thing? I think it's trying to identify at what point you're having issues.
Also recognizing that once you do start to get better at a game, you will hit plateaus after that. I'm speaking specifically for me with speedrunning. My times were coming way down. I got that under 10-minute mark. I was so proud of myself. And I've hit a plateau. I'm really struggling to get any better than that right now. And it just takes practice and strategic practice.
And I would say take a break from it.
Yeah.
The vacation starts now.
I'm a very kinesthetic learner, so I always find if I'm playing a game and I'm finding it hard, as long as I practice and I get the controls down, learning my combos, whatever, then I'll take a couple days away, and when I come back, I'll usually find that I'm much better at it because that muscle memory has had time to sink in and the background processes of my brain have had time to process that. And it always surprises me.
Super Smash Brothers, Melee.
Yeah.
Wave
The big
dashing.
one. The big one.
That to me is a mechanic that you can use once or twice in the game, but unless you take the time out of the game and use all of the practice modes that games normally give you to practice that mechanic, where you can therein put it into your arsenal, you're not really going to master it.
I'm somebody that needs to really focus on blocking in games where there's a like shield method in the combat system.
What's blocking? Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Please comment your questions on our Discord or in the comments below, and we'll answer your questions next week. Bye!
Thank you.
Bye.